Hello and welcome back to another episode of Bobcat Sports Weekly. This is the 18th installment of Bobcat Sports Weekly, but also the first episode of the new year and new decade. I am your host, Ethan Bishop, and I'm joined by my co-host,
Nick Brown.
And we're going to dive into some of the sports that happened over the students' much-needed Christmas break and teachers' Christmas break. We're going to dive into some of the sports that happened over there. It's a lot to catch up on. We haven't seen y'all in like 3 weeks now, so I'm ready if you're ready. Let's get right into the news.
So, the boys basketball team, very successful, stayed undefeated over a break. They are now on a total of 7-0 record with big wins over Pulaski, Abingdon, Auburn, George Wythe, and a team called Liberty, not the college. Actually, there's 2 Liberty high schools, apparently. Did not know that there's 2, but we beat them in the Chance Harmon Classic. But anyways, so the day after we actually got out of school for break, we came here for home. Pulaski traveled on over here and, beat them pretty heavily again. Actually, fun fact, we just saw that we are now 15-4 against them in our series history. I'm sure it's probably more, but that's what's recorded here on Max Preps.
Yeah, we've dominated Pulaski over the past decade, really. Now that we're starting our new decade, hopefully it can continue on. But I mean, we just had dominant teams over the past couple of years that Pulaski just hasn't been able to fight with.
And this year they thought this would be the year. It wasn't. No, we just Cam Cormany and everybody. John Woods actually had a fantastic game against Pulaski. He was a beast down low. I'm not even sure. I mean, the John Woods stat line is normally like 4 points, like 15 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Like that's and 4 charges. So John had a monster game that game. I think he did actually score like around 11 points that game. We're not gonna go into too much detail since we got so much games coming up and we got more girls to talk about also. But yeah, good win there. And then about 6 days later, 2 days after Christmas, we traveled up to Fort Chiswell for a tournament. In fact, we won that tournament, and it was like our second or third year in a row we've won that tournament. First game, beat Abingdon, kind of close, actually.
Yeah, they definitely gave us a run for our money. We only beat them by 5, and they just came out looking strong, too. I mean, like we were saying, too, Pulaski, I think they ended up blowing Abingdon out by, I think it was 20 or something like that. So I don't know what was happening there. I guess we just couldn't really defend that well, and we weren't making as many shots as we would like to.
With about 10 seconds left, we were only up about 3, and then Jackson McManus got a monster steal.
Yeah, very good game coming out of Jackson McManus.
Then we went on for the semifinals in that tournament and took on the Auburn Eagles for the second time. This game that actually counts. First time we played them was just a benefit game. This time it does count, and their 3-point shooter, who shout out to him, I think he had 43 points against Blacksburg or something a couple weeks ago. And he was insane. I think he had 7 threes a game, and he was ridiculous. He did not have a good game against us this time, and we ended up blowing him out 55-38, which seems to be like a more recurring theme. Going on. And then finals came along. We actually went to that one. Devin Culp, and I got front row seats. It was actually pretty packed gym for that championship game. Cool tournament down at Fort Chiswell. Great venue. Kind of cool high school. When George Wythe actually got it down to, I want to say 8 or 6. And then Cam Corney just went on like a 6-0 run, or 7 or 6-0 run by himself. And put it away, and final score ended up being 62-46.
Yeah, a very, very good time to knock off the George Wythe. I think they're the Maroons, if I want to say, and winning that tournament. I think we've won it like probably 4 years in a row. I think now. So I mean, we're very familiar with the tournament, but it's nice to be reigning champs again.
Yep, we're always the top dog in the headline when you come to these big tournaments around here. Then about 4 days later, and we went up to Floyd County High School for a Chance Harmon Classic, big old thing, and they got dunk competitions, a 3-point competition, big time teams. Oak Hill, if you remember them, actually, if you know about them, obviously always studded lineup, always producing top college players. They are occasionally there. A couple of years ago, they had some big time players there. So we were there, and we're always there. Floyd likes to invite us. And we took on Liberty from Bedford, Virginia, not the Liberty Christian Academy that feeds into the college. We beat them 53-38, pretty dominant. Cam Corney went off that game.
Yeah, I want to say he had 9 threes for 27 points. Just took over. I mean, obviously the coach's son doing good work for the Bobcats, really filling in the role from some of our players that we lost from last year.
Yeah, I mean, he was apparently unstoppable. Even Timesland Twitter was blowing up about him. They were very happy to watch that. They were there. Whoever runs that account, they don't like tweeting at us. So I don't know why they don't like tweeting at us. There's a little beef going on between Bobcat Sports Live and Timesland, mostly on our side. But yeah, they were talking about that. They actually compared Coach Cormany's coaching style to Tony Bennett's, the UVA coach. They said Tony Bennett probably got his defensive philosophy from Coach Cormany, which that's always been Coach's big thing, is playing defense first.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can see a little bit of a resemblance between Coach Cormany and Tony Bennett. But I mean, honestly, I think we shoot the ball better than Tony Bennett's team does.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, we're just a very talented team. Play very good on both ends of the ball, and I mean, he's the greatest coach in Radford history and probably
Virginia
history too.
Yeah, and I mean, you could make a case probably for Oak Hill's coach, but I mean, honestly, it's the school that's attracting the players, not him. But I mean, they're still great, not disregarding them. But Coach Cormany doing what he does as just a little 2A coach. I mean, he's a monster. Got some games coming up this weekend. I want to say we got 3 games: Tuesday, Thursday. Actually, I want to say we had 4. Let's check that on out here on the schedule. We got play Tuesday versus James River, starting the 3 Rivers District, Rollin. Thursday, we play Allegheny, another 3 Rivers District. Both of those games at home. Then Friday, we travel up. Oh, no, that's girls. My bad. We do only play 3 games this game. Play Allegheny. And then Saturday, we actually have a big-time matchup against Parkland. Not sure where they're from.
Yeah, it says here they're from Winston-Salem.
Okay.
So we're
North Carolina.
Playing an out-of-state team, and apparently they're like really, really good. So that one's going to be a fun game to be at. I mean, I hope to see a lot of Bobcat fans there, and it's going to be a good one. I think they might be our toughest team that we've played yet. So.
Oh, yeah, easily. That game's actually at noon. I don't know why. I mean, I guess maybe Parkland's got, well, obviously coming from North Carolina, maybe they got somewhere to be. But, yeah, game's at noon at home. Big-time game. I was looking at some of their scores. They're blowing teams out by like 30 and 40 points. Like, they're ridiculous. So, all right, I'm excited for that game.
Yeah, but, it's going to be a ton of fun to watch that game. I mean, that's our biggest competition that we've had this year, and it's gonna be a battle. And hopefully it's a loud gym, and I mean, go Bobcats.
Yep. I mean, we got obviously don't look at past James River and Allegheny. Obviously, want to get through those 2 games first, but yep. I mean, taking on it's always fun to take on a team that you don't get to see every year. Always new to just put someone in there. I think we played 2 teams from West Virginia last year at Roanoke College or something like that. So it's always cool to schedule some strange games in there, and so obviously want to go up against some tough competition. So we'll be there to welcome on in, and who knows? I mean, we have I want to say 36 game winning streak right now. So. Could be a 38-game winning streak. Could be snapped on Saturday. You never know.
You never know. But we hope the best for the Bobcats, and let's hope we get a win.
Yep, we'll be cheering loudly.
Go Bobcats. So, the Lady Cats with a very, very successful week in girls basketball. They go 7-1 on the season and 6-0 over the break that we were talking about. They had a 50-34 victory over Galax on December 16th, and then a 43-30 victory over Fort Chiswell, and then they played James Monroe the day after Fort Chiswell, beat them in a very dominating game, 55-27. And then in an even more dominating game, we played Graham at I want to say at Blacksburg, and we beat them 75-32. So I mean, very very dominating game for that game. And then if we go even farther down here, we played Fort Chiswell again, and we beat them 52-37. So, I mean, obviously a very, very, very good week for the 2 weeks actually for the Bobcats, and I mean they came out looking strong after the Blacksburg game. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know like what they were gonna be, but they've come out in very good fashion this year.
Really turned it around after that opening loss to Blacksburg, playing extremely well together. Jada Dean against Fort Chiswell just a couple days ago. She had 19 points. She's been a great player all year. Maggie Turk has been shooting the ball really well from behind the arc. Alexi Rader, only 2 games, sub 10 points, and she's been a beast. That Graham game that we beat 75-32, we were actually losing in the first quarter by 7. It was 20 to 13, and let's see if we can do some quick math here. Yeah, we went on a 63-12 run to close out the game in the last 3 quarters. So dominating win there. James Monroe, we lost to James Monroe by 30 last year, and we were actually up by 30 at one point. I was at that game. Good game. Gracie Connor hit 3 threes, and we were balling, and just 55-27. Fort Chiswell at home beat them by 13. Michael Davis.
Yep.
He went ahead and called that one by himself. I was actually getting my ring that night, so he was holding down the fort by himself. And then the Galax at Galax took down the Maroon Tide, 50-34. So besides the Blacksburg win, all of our wins are 13 points or more.
Yeah, very, very dominating games from the Lady Cats. Yeah, so the girls are looking very, very good this year. Obviously, they're looking like in the same fashion as the boys have been. The girls, like over the past couple of years, they haven't had as good seasons, but lately this year we're dominating all of our teams and looking just like the boys teams have.
We got a couple games coming up this week, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken. We got a few, I'm just all over the place on this calendar.
We got James River tonight on Monday.
I will be broadcasting, Michael Davis and I will be broadcasting that, and Wednesday. You won't see this till Friday, so it doesn't matter. But, yep, that'll happen. And then
Allegheny on, I want to say Wednesday.
Yep, Allegheny Wednesday. And then Friday.
And then Friday at Glenver.
Glenver is a tough team. Played them 3 times in 2 weeks last year. Lost them the first 2 times, and then actually beat them in the playoffs and knocked them out of the regions. So that was kind of crazy. So going up to take on the Highlanders then also. But the team that these girls have really won a revenge. We have lost to Floyd County so many times over the past few years because Floyd's always had the good players, and they've always been historically good in their girl sports. But these girls are chomping at the bit to get to Floyd. And I'm looking at Max Preps right now, and apparently Floyd County is going to be live broadcasting it so you can watch it on Max Preps. So you want to watch a game, apparently go on to Max Preps. That's what it says. That's 14th, so that's next week. But
still got to hype y'all up for that.
I know the girls, you'll see this before that game. You won't see the next episode for that game. So girls definitely winning that one. That's actually going to be at Floyd. Not too terrible of a drive. But obviously can't look over James River, Allegheny, and Glenver. And what I remember is Glenver has some really good junior girls from last year. So they'll be seniors this year. Yeah,
we've got some tough competition coming up here. But I mean, the way that our girls have been playing lately, I don't see why they can't go undefeated on this week.
Yeah, easily trying to look 3-0, be 10-0 on the is it 10 or 6 or 9-0 if they win out. I guess it'd be 9-1. Yeah, it'd be 9-1 if they win out this week.
Wait, no, we'd be 10-1.
Yeah, we would be 10-1. We're doing math here. We're not going into math majors next year.
Nope.
But, yeah, so I mean that's That's pretty crazy. I don't know when the last time we were 10-1 in a season, maybe our state champion. I don't know. That's pretty crazy, actually.
Yeah, very, very, very good year for the girls Bobcats.
We're excited that you can come out any night of the week and watch some good basketball played by the Cats.
Yes, sir. So it was a very successful week for the Bobcats. Weeks for the Bobcats. Sorry, my bad. And also too, I want to talk about you finally got your state ring for the golf state championship that we won earlier in the year.
It makes me happy. We'll try to steal a cross country ring and a volleyball ring to show those off for you guys. But yeah, very sparkly. I'm very happy about it. I know Coach Roberts is very happy about his.
Yeah, they look very, very nice. So we're happy about that. And anything else you would like to add on to the conclusion?
Swim. They've got a couple meets. They got a week Saturday actually. If you're not going to the boys basketball game, show up at 9:00. Actually, it's in Roanoke. For 9:00 for the swim and dive meet. If you want to go out to that, it's at 9:00.
Yep.
At the Gator Pool. That's kind of a cool nickname. For Roanoke, we got indoor track. They've got a meet this Wednesday, I want to say, at Roanoke College. Yep. They actually went to a massive meet this Saturday. Apparently had like over 100-some teams. It was insane. So
I was talking to Nate Cosmati. He was saying I think they got there at like 10:00 and they didn't finish their meet till like 7 that night, like 7 or 8.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. So we got indoor track and swim, girls and boys basketball. There is not a single day this week where you cannot enjoy some good old Bobcat athletics. So yep, as we said, Monday we got today girls versus James River, boys versus James River on Tuesday. Wednesday indoor track at Roanoke. Girls also play here versus Allegheny. Thursday, boys play versus Allegheny at home. And then Friday, girls travel up to Salem, take on the Highlanders of Glenver. And Saturday, we got a swim and dive meet at Roanoke. And then apparently we're playing Parkland from North Carolina. So definitely show up to that one if you can.
Yep. So closing it out, we're glad to be back after a long, I think it's been 3 weeks since our last episode. So we're excited to get back into the groove of things, start our new decade of school, or I guess school
of our life
of our life too.
Crazy.
But yeah. So I'm Ethan Bishop.
I'm Nick Brown,
and we're signing off.